Sorry for the break, guys. It's been a lot of things going on, trying to support the channel by also trying to work and do all that. Everything has just been rough. I had to take a little time off. My mental been a little off. But part two of my homeboy snitching on me, man. It all goes bad when you hustle with a dude that you call your best friend, your brother, you take care of families, and get snitched on. But here we're gonna go. We're gonna go straight into part two. All right, my bosses, let's go. Boss moves, baby. All right. So I left part one off on now I'm full time over here. So now I'm full time at his house. It's called the trap. It's the trap house, man. At the end of the day, we in and out doing our thing, in and out, in and out, in and out for a good months doing this. So, you know, after when I first got there, he had a bunch of girls there. Just a lot of people were there. So I remember one night I came back from the strip club. I was tired. I didn't want to stop at my house where my mom lived or the house where I had my girl at the time. I wanted to stop somewhere, count up, and then put everything in order, and then go home, put everything in the safe, and go to sleep. So I stopped at the trap. So I stopped there. I'm at the table. I'm downstairs. Everything's upstairs. All the safes, everything's upstairs. And where people hang out, everything's upstairs. So it's rare for people to be downstairs. So I'm in the kitchen, at the kitchen table. I'm counting up. I probably got like 20 on the table. I'm counting it up. And these two bad snow bunnies pull up from upstairs. They sit down. They're like, "Oh, you the plug. You the guy with all the money. Shit, we need to be down here talking to you." And I'm like, "Yeah, you should be. You know what I'm saying?" Shout out Bait. We're going to change her name. And shout out Evia. We're going to change her name. It's close, though. We're going to get them close so they know who they are when we're talking. So I ain't going to lie. Back in them days, Evia, she had the fattest, I'm talking about fattest ever. Natural, beautiful, just plump. So at this time, we all young. We're like 16, 17, getting at it. I mean, getting real paper, touching real paper. At least me, I was touching real paper. And me, I'm not greedy, bro. I was taking care of all my people, and I always remembered off Paid in Full. I always remembered what AZ said, everybody eats. I truly, at that point in time, was really living and going by that. Everybody eats. So I had a group of homeboys all over the place because, I'm well known in that area and everybody knows I got it. So I had a group that was over on this side. They didn't have money like that, but I knew they got money too. That boy Jock, that boy Royal, my niggas. I'm going to use real names because it's past statute of limitations, and they were little time at the end of the day. Getting ounces and QPs and halves and shit. So Royal was my boy. That was my dog. That was my brother from another mother. So he used to be like, "Yo, I got to re-up. All right, man, just go to the house. Go into the top drawer." I always left like a QP in there for people to, that I trusted to come scale up, grab what they need, leave the money they owe, and, and keep it going. Which this ended up messing me up one day, months down the line. So that happens. So now he goes and he leaves like $250 he owes me. Then he grabs whatever he needs. And he's like, "Bro, you think I could grab an extra one?" I'm like, "Bro, listen, how about this? Take a cue and just come holler at me when you're done." He was like, "Bet." So boom, we have him going. Then I had Riverside. If everybody knows about Woodside and Riverside, if you're from Broward and Coral Springs and Broward County, you know about Woodside and Riverside. I have my Zoes out there on Woodside and Riverside. I used to go over there with a HP to my boy over there. I forget his name. I apologize if you're watching this, bro. I truly apologize. So I went past him the HP. Everything was going lovely. I was literally clearing like $10K a week. Easy. I was clearing $1,000 a day easily. But I was spending hella money. But I was still saving money. So I always had my brother. And my dad always put this in my mind because my dad was a hustler. My brother was big time, and that's who I got mine from at the time. You know, he's done doing that, so I could say it now. That's who I was getting all my work from. And my brother used to always tell me, listen, 3 things you better have money for: a lawyer, bond, and rent. Make sure you have those 3 no matter what. And last but not least, I forgot rule number 4, re-up. If you ain't got those 4 things, get out the game. You're hustling backwards. You don't even need to be in the game. I know it takes time to get to it, but get to it fast. And do not be spending money out there buying Jordans and clothes and jewelry if you ain't got those things out the way. You play broke like you are making $1 a day until those things are out the way. Because at the end of the day, 2 things for sure: you're going to get shot at and you're going to go to jail in this game. So, all right. Now, we at the house. We doing our thing. Now, this is about 2 months in. The main people that were there getting money with me was at the house was me, my boy Snowman, my boy Chico, my boy Trav. Rest in peace, Trav. We miss you, man. We miss you. He ain't died from no street shit, man. He died on some sucker shit. Somebody did him on some sucker shit. But we ain't even going to go there on this video. Rest in peace, Trav. Your memory is going to be kept alive forever. And we had Piggy. And we also had Man. They used to be, back and forth. He didn't really hustle with us, but he was just back and forth. He knew work was there, so whenever he couldn't find it somewhere else, he would come there. Same with Piggy. He was the same way. But mainly, it was me, Snow, Chico, and Trav. We were the main 4 that got money together. And we all got money. Trav, Chico, and me always kept cash. Snow wasted his money on bitches, alcohol, and drugs. Sorry to say. He just was so bad with money. So bad with money. Now, we got this day that we have coming up that we have planned. All of us. Yeah, we knew he was on house arrest. Snowman was on house arrest, and he couldn't go out at all. But, at the end of the day, we were going to have fun. Regardless, 9 times out of 10, we at the house with you. We got to have some fun. And me, I used to sneak out and, hit the strip club all the time. I was at Booby Trap, King of Diamond, Queen of Diamonds. You feel me? At the Mint. I be in the hood by my damn self. It's still on the waist. If it's something, it's something. If it's going to be something, it's going to be something. How I always played it and how I always felt is, you a man like I am. You bleed like I bleed. So whatever you want, get it. Let's get it. So, we have this plan and we're like, yo, we're going to take like 4 girls, 5 girls. It was like 4 or 5 of us. So we had like 5 or 6 girls. We're going to get a pound of high grade, a box of Dutches, some E's. You know what those are if you know about the party scene. Alcohol, Vixes, glow sticks. So we rented out this hotel. We got this hotel by the beach in Fort Lauderdale. Broward County, Fort Lauderdale, downtown. If you go by Las Olas and the cut back in the corner, there's a hotel. It got a little pool in the front. It's nice. From the outside, you wouldn't think it was so nice, but it's really nice. It's not the best, but it's better than a La Quinta. It's nice. Now, the first floor got 8 rooms. The second floor got 8 rooms, but the third floor only has 4 rooms. Like I said, it was 4 of us, so we each got a room. So we rented the whole floor. So at this hotel, we got to leave a deposit of $500 each because it's no smoking. But us, we don't give a fuck. We go to the back room. We have the whole hotel, and we tell the hotel people we don't want nothing clean. We don't need nobody coming up to the top floor. We're having a party. That's why we're renting the whole floor. And they were like, cool. They were like, no smoking in the rooms. And we were like, all right, cool. So, we stopped right there at the, sorry guys. We stopped right there at the Walgreens, if you know what I'm talking about, in downtown on the strip. And we stopped down there and we went to Walgreens to the liquor store. We got a big bottle of Hen, and we got the big bottle of Grey Goose, and we got the big bottle of Patron. So boom, we throw glow sticks in the Patron, and we go throw glow sticks in the other one we got. So boom, we out there. The only one we didn't throw glow stick in was the Hen, because it was brown. We didn't want, and I was drinking that. I didn't want no damn glow stick, and that was my bottle. So we get to the hotel. I go to my room. There's safes in there. I go in there. I put some stuff away, that I had on me. But I kept my cash on me. I kept my work on me for the most part. But, just some of the work I put in the safe. And, I put, just personal shit that I needed to put in there that I didn't want to have on me. So I had my bag. I had two pistols on me. So I put one in the safe and I had one on me. Now, we're all family. We don't need that. I just had it, just in case other people were on some other shit and want to come and try some, because we were big out there. Sorry, guys. Smoke break. Sorry, guys. But we were big out there, so, there was haters, and you'll hear when I get into the story that we had haters and we got into a whole lot of stuff. I forgot there was a fifth person. My boy Scrap, my brother from another mother, my Zopound dog. Scrap Money. That nigga saved my life a few times in battle. But Scrap, he was there too. He always had the E's, so he brought those. I brought the bud, and we all pitched in on the liquor. We had money. We weren't worried about it. So we went to this little restaurant up the street. We wanted to get everything we needed to get this party started at the hotel, so we didn't have to leave for the rest of the night. We went and got a 50-pack of barbecue wings, 50-pack of hot wings, large pack of fries, like a big to-go thing of fries. We got like 25 cheeseburgers. We got chicken tenders. We got chicken nuggets. We got 4 or 5 pizzas. We spent like a good $1,000 on just food. Ordering Chinese. We had everything. So if you wanted something to eat, it was there. So boom, we put it out on the table. The little ice buckets you get from the hotels. Well, that ice bucket, what we ended up doing with that ice bucket was emptying it out. We took one from each room, which was 4 rooms. We emptied it out, all 4 of them. And all of us who brought a Q, we dumped the Q in there. Everybody know a Q of high grade will fill an ice bucket up. If the fluffy, the good shit from back in the day. So I had some Northern Lights that I got from my boy who just came back from Canada. Bro, best shit ever. Best shit ever naturally grown. The real deal Northern Lights though. So we're going. My boy had brought this chick that he liked, and she was a little Chinese thing, and I have a little, if you know me, I got a little thing. So I ended up taking it for the first time ever. I'm on it. I'm drinking. I'm smoking. I'm having a great time. Everybody's having a great time. Forget the other rooms. Nobody even went back to the other rooms. We all stayed in that one room. And it was so bad that we partied so hard in that room that when it was time to check out, the people came and they were going room by room. One of us woke up. I think it was me and my homeboy. My homeboy Scrap woke up, and we saw that the people were coming. So we're trying to pick up all the bud. We're trying to pick up everything. We put everything away. We got bitches naked. Everybody's damn near naked because it was a big ass orgy that night. I had the Asian girl. I had another one at the end. After the Asian girl went back to her man, I ended up with the girl I came with. She was sitting there mad. I ended up getting with her. Like, it was a crazy, crazy, crazy night. We had a great night. That next morning, we go down. I check out fine. My other boy checks out fine. My other boy checks out fine. And the room we were in, he goes to check out. And it was fine at first. But the maid came running down so fast and said, no, deposit, no. So the lady ended up taking my boy's $500 deposit. You feel me? But like I told you, there was 4 of us when we were renting the room, but my boy Scrap ended up coming in. And he felt like he ain't, throw down, so he gave my boy $300. And my boy was like, fuck it, I'll take the $200 loss. We had a great night. So now we all going to IHOP, to get breakfast. And we left all that food up there. I mean, we tore that shit up. But there was so much food left over. We left all that food up there. I'm sure the hotel people ate great. Because there was food not even touched. So we did that. And that was a good moment. Like, when you hustling and you're in the streets and and y'all all together as a team get together and run out a whole floor, get girls there and, music and then forget the drugs and stuff, even though it made the night. But at the end of the day, we got to honestly just like take a time out and actually, enjoy the fruits of our labor. Because in that game, you don't really get to, you're always ripping and running and looking behind your back all the time. That day, we actually got to enjoy the fruits of our labor. And there was a few other times I got to enjoy the fruits of my labor. But that was one good time. So, we're on our way back to the trap. We get back to the trap, we're telling Snowman what it was. And he was just looking so envious and so jealous. When I was telling him these stories and things that would happen later on in life and in time throughout this story, you would have thought I would have caught on and noticed how much of a hater he really was. But I didn't. I was so blind to it because I was taking care of the man. I mean, his brother was going to school. I would buy him shoes. At the time, he liked Reeboks. At the time, they had the 2 for $99.99 or 2 for $69.99 Reeboks. Or $99.99, whatever it was. There was 2 of them. You got 2 pairs for that amount. I used to get them like 4 or 6 pairs. Then he liked white tees and black tees. I would go to the corner store. I would give the guy at the gas station $100 bill and tell him every morning he's going to come in and get a tea. When it runs out, let him keep grabbing them. I'll be back to put another 100. And he knew me, so it was cool. That kid never went to school for a year straight wearing the same shirt twice. He got a fresh tee every morning. His name's Joey. I put him up on here and he'll let you know how hard I used to go for his family. Rent paid, electric paid, cable paid. Me at the time, 16, 17. I was taking care of grown ass men. Like, and now that I think about it, and now in life where I'm at, I kind of get mad at myself because I'm, in a bad place. But it's like, that's why I'm doing YouTube and getting my story out there and actually having fun with my channel and green screening. I know that y'all hates green screening, but I do green screening too, just to give my channel some action. But sometimes I do have to take a break because my mental do get, messed up. But back to the story. So we get back to the trap. I see he's being envious, and I'm just like, man, why are you hating? He's like, nah, nothing. So that day, whatever, I'm over here fixing up the stuff that I had left, and then I had left a nice little brick in the safe of Christina Aguilera. So when I got back, I had to break it up, to mix it up, remix. So I had to remix it real quick, and it's like getting nighttime. So there's this chick that stayed up the street, She had an older brother named Vinny. And I'm going to say your name because you a little bitch-ass dude. Nigga did a robbery. Say I was his getaway driver. I didn't even mess with this dude. Barely. That's why this story, I know you're going to hear it. Enjoy this part of the story. So I'm busting up all that. I got a chessboard, the glass chessboard. Mountain of that shit on it. Not even touched it. I didn't put the stuff on yet. She comes walking in. I'm like, yo, lock the door, because Sean's downstairs sleeping. And she's like, yeah, I didn't know you were up here. I just wanted to come lay down. I was like, go ahead. So I'm on a roller chair and I'm breaking this stuff up. She's looking at it. She's like, damn, that shit look good. I'm like, it is. I'm like, it's pure. She was like, can I try it? I'm like, yeah, here. Boom, let her try it. She's like, can I have another one? I'm like, yeah, boom. She's like, wow. She's like, how much? I was like, man, right now, I was like, I'll tell you prices later, but right now I'm just, trying to do my thing right now. She was like, all right, She was like, but, I've been feeling you. And this was Vinny's sister, Desi. And at the time, I ain't gonna lie, jaw game on lock. So I'm there doing my thing. I'm on the roller chair. And she's like, oh, put that on the entertainment center real quick. So I put the chest thing down. I put the blade down, the baggies down, all that. She comes. She walks up on me. She sits on my lap. Starts rubbing. She had a little skirt. Little did I know, no undies on. No undies on. So she starts rubbing on me. I feel it, This girl literally, in the split of a second, hopped around on the knees, belt off, buckle off. You know the rest. Glock 3 things. Fuck you mean hot 2 on that thing. No lie. Finished. Drinker. She drunk that. To the back. So now I'm thinking maybe she's going to feel weird or whatever. No. She sat down having a normal conversation like nothing happened. Cool. I'm with that. I love that type of shit. So I'm doing my thing. I put a little 50 bag. I gave it to her. I'm like, yeah, that's a little 50, but you can have that. I said, it's cool. Do your thing. She goes, no, I don't want you to think because I did that for money. I said, nah, not even. So I just don't. I got a bunch of shit to do. I'll help you. Yo, she sat there and bagged all that up with me. There was about 300 grams. And she bagged it all up. All 8 balls up with me. 8-ball corner pockets. $100 rockets. That's how I used to do it. So that happens. So the next morning, we all stay there that night. I end up passing out there. I wake up. She's like, oh, you want breakfast? I'm like, hell yeah. So boom, she calls her mom and is like, make breakfast. So I walk over there. Bro, her mom was a hard head. So when I walk over there, I get there. Her mom's like, hey, what's up, Chico? Because that's what they used to call me, Little Chico. My brother was Big Chico. I was Little Chico. Hey, Little Chico, how you doing? I was like, good, I'm hungry. She was like, I already got the food started. Yo, this lady made chicken fingers. She made mozzarella sticks, pot stickers. Like, it seemed like I was at TGI Friday with a starter kit. I swear to God. Made us burgers. Then when she was like, you guys can hang out, she made rice, beans, and pork chops with salad, avocados, tostones for lunch. Dinner, I ended up ordering pizza. But I was there the whole day, making traps the whole day. And she was like, I see you moving in and out. Like, right in the beginning of me doing my thing. She was like, what do you do? I was like, everything. She's like, I was like, yeah. I was like, Mom's, just ask. She was like, you think you can look out for Moms then? I was like, yeah, Mom, shot a little 100 piece. Here you go. Had her in that room. She ain't even come out till it was done, but, had a good few hours. I get to the room, I lay down. She's like, oh, lay down. Girl massaged my whole body, head to toe. Massaged me. Hawk 2 again. We chilling. Butt booty. She butt booty. Her mom walks in. Do you think you could do a little more? I mean, I'm out. Out. Like, no covers. Her daughter, too. And I'm like, yeah, hold on. I get up like nothing happening. Give her a little 40 here. She walks out. She looks at her daughter and says, looks at me. I mean, at me. And says, you better take care of that for him. Walks off. I was like, oh, this family crazy. Yo, the whole night. The whole night. Having fun. The whole night. Making money. The whole night out her window. The whole night. I made like $2K that night. Didn't ask me for $1. But I did look out for everybody. But didn't ask for $1. And then she would get rid of shit all day for me. Now, I'm going to get into a part of the story where her brother becomes another bitch-ass dude because he ends up doing something that didn't involve me but did involve one of my partners. But that happens. So, you know, I wake up in the morning. I finally go home. I take a shower, get fresh, put some stuff away, put the money I had away that I was making for that day. I took like $200, went back out to the trap. You know, by being out there 30 minutes, I made like $500, you know. And I'm out there and I'm just hanging out this day. And I have this dude, his name was Peanut. And I'm going to say a bitch-ass name because, you know, you did some fuck shit. So Peanut, he was always known to be broke as shit. But I was one of the people on the block that also still sold Reggie. So he would come and get Reggie Miller for me. Never high grade, just Reggie Miller. So one day he comes, he has a 20. He's like, oh, let me get a 20 of that high grade. Alright. He's like, oh, and a 20 of that Reggie Miller. Takes out another 20. He had like 200 in his pocket. I'm like, oh, alright. Oh, you balling today? He's like, yeah, man, my cousin's in from New York. You know, they want to meet you to get some stuff off you. He's like, but these niggas got money. I was like, yeah. I'm like, what they want? He was like £4. I was like, nah, I'm straight, bro. I'm like, I mean, you know a couple people in this city who had that. I'm like, you know, do your thing, bro. He's like, oh, so you can't mess with me? So I give him his stuff, and I'm like, bro, just you know, fire off, bro. Get up out of here, bro. Jip, move on. Keep it moving. Next thing I know, he leaves. So I'm out there chilling. Now, when you out there chilling for a certain amount of time, at this place where, if you know me and you know where my trap house was, on that corner there was a police substation. So if I was chilling outside, I would take my Istal off and I would leave it on the kitchen table. It was literally all I had to do was open the door and it was right there. I could grab it. But there was a little path and then you could walk up to the second floor, or there was like a garden, but there was also like a little border where you could just sit down on. And it was like half chest wide. It was probably like 4 feet. So I'm sitting on this. I got 2 chains on. If y'all know me from that time, I always had chains, bracelets, rings, watches, iced out, Cubans, you know. I always had it. So I'm sitting there. I see a bright orange box Chevy Caprice pull up. I'm like, yo, they can't be on some, like, there's a substation right there. That's a bright ass car. Sure enough, who hops out? Peanut and all 3 of his cousins. So I'm thinking they're gonna come and try to like talk. No talking involved. As soon as they hopped out, click, 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 started. Yo, luckily I saw when the first guy raised his thing, and I literally rolled back and got behind the wall. Do you not know that I have 4 people in this house? I have my Istal on the table, and there's plenty more in that house. Could you believe that they let off every round and their ARs Thank God none of them hit me. Thank God none of them had the balls to walk up the driveway and walk around that little path and just end me. Thank God they were scary and wanted to just shoot from the street and then get up out of there. But they let off every single round and missed every single round. Peanut, you a bitch. Haha, you didn't hit me. And now you in jail for all that time. And guess what? I ain't even have to snitch. I ain't say a word. Nigga, you stupid. There's a damn police substation. That shit was caught on camera, you idiot. And you in a bright orange Caprice. How dumb can you be, Peanut? Yeah, if you watching this, you should be out by now. If you watching this, holla at me, bro. I still want to see you. I still want to be friends with you. You know what I'm saying? But so they pull off. I jump up. I run in, grab my shit, and I'm yelling at everybody like, "Yo, y'all couldn't even bust out the windows, nothing. Like y'all just left me out there for dead. Oh, we didn't know you was out there. We didn't know you was out there. Why you think my shit on the table? Where was I?" They're like, "Oh, my bad, my bad, my bad." That's when I first started seeing that Snowman and a few people that were there that used to just hang around were so PUSSY that I couldn't mess with it. But it took a few other incidents to happen for me to be like, it took from the ending of this story for me to be like, you know what, I can't mess with dude no more. And after 10, 12 years, I ended up forgiving the man and messing with him again, and we fell out again, and who knows where we at right now, because I don't talk to him. I mean, I ain't got no hatred for him. I just don't talk to him no more. I talk to his little brother, but I don't talk to him no more. So that's part 2 of the story. I took this one a little longer. It's over 30 minutes. I apologize to all my bosses. I hope you guys love this story. I'm going to keep dropping bangers. Bangers, bangers, bangers. I'm dropping bangers from now on. I'm going to drop consistently. I'm going to have this nice, good energy. We're going to get it. We're going to be hyped. And guess what? When we get to 1,000 subscribers, we're going to do a giveaway. But you guys support the channel, guys. I mean, it takes nothing to cash app $1. It takes nothing to cash app $2, $5, whatever you could do. Cash app, PayPal. If you need a Venmo, I got a place that you can Venmo to. Anything you need for assistance to help me out, let me know. Love you guys. Boss moves.